I got to the park a little bit late today. It's almost 90 degrees in the shade. I think I'm going to warm up with some ollie practice. That's 12 inches exactly right there. This way, if I fall, you should get it on camera. Alright, let's go for 12 inches. Wind will probably blow that over. Get away from me, silly skateboard. Let's try something else. This little barricade not being on the line, driving me nuts. Commitment issues, that's what we're looking at. I don't know why it's so scary. It's literally like 6 inches.
Technically, it's 4 3/4 inches.
Alright. Yeah, we're losing it. Time to move on. Move on to something else. We'll come back to this another day. Just warm up. I would like to be able to 50-50 kickflip out. I gave it a try the other day. It didn't work out so well. Ooh, that was... I tried to keep it. What? What? Come on. Why? No, I was losing that one. Had to bail off. I just want one good, clean 50-50. There we go. Now let's maybe try to kickflip off. That's not a kickflip. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Did not get set up in time. Not a kickflip. Okay. Look, we just want to get in nice and clean, set up, but you know, actual kickflip. Maybe I'll just try another little frontside 180 out. Ugly. Don't know if it counts. Better. I'm just going to put the thermometer right there so we can see what the temperature is in the sun. That was so ugly. Oh my goodness. It's the wheels that are sticking. Oh, come on. The sun is really coming out and beating down on me, so I think I'm going to try to do some stuff on this rail before I overheat. I lied. I'm going to mess with this first. Let me put my phone in this little strip of shade right here. There we go. Please don't overheat. So far, I don't mind deck rails, except for these little popping on, popping off. One, they're just a little too slick. Also, people really like to wax this rail. I don't know why. Like, even before I had deck rails on, this thing wasn't hard to slide. I'm always like wiping wax off of it. Yeah, popping out early. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a rock to fakie, because it's like, imagine if there was like a transition right here and you're coming up. Like, well, because there's no transition, I can't come back fakie this way. So I just rock over it and go fakie out that way. So I'm calling these rock to fakies. I don't know what you call them. Board stalls, whatever. But they're hard to do with deck rails. They just make it way too slippery. I'm not a fan. Yeah, they just slide way too much. Like, way too much. And getting out of them is like what's most frustrating. Jeez. Like, these are just way too slick. Golly. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put deck rails on my next board. These are really frustrating. You might be like, well, just don't do this trick. It's one trick. But I like this trick. So, yeah. Like, jumping onto this is sketchy because they're so slippery. I'm so tempted to just, like, go grab my screwdriver and just rip these things right off. Whew. All right. Go back this way. Give me a little more space. All right, this is where I really don't like them. Like, that just hit me in the knee real good. Like, it just popped up, sharp tail right into the knee. It does not rotate out like you would think it should. It's really, like, that's more difficult than it ought to be. You spend so much more energy, like, stabilizing the board too once you get up there. Like, I have to force that sucker. This is what the temperature is. 116 degrees, 46 degrees Celsius. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to like deck rails, but I might just be too set in my ways. My truck hit it going over. Oh, man. You gotta, like, really pop that, and you really gotta just kind of like jump high. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Ah! I'm really not liking deck rails, guys. Sorry. We'll give it one more try, and then we're moving on to something else. Really slick. I know popping out of those board slides seems a little stupid and not that impressive, and you're probably like, why do I make such a big deal out of that? But let me tell you a story. One time when I was about 16, my buddy and I were skating together, and we were just like creating like a little train, and we were following each other, and I was following him, and we were trying to do every trick the person in front did. And there was this nice long rail, longer than this, and he hopped onto a frontside board slide, and I hopped on and did a frontside board slide. And we're both sliding the rail together. Well, he ended up stopping and his board stayed on the rail just like that. I saw it, and just instinctively, I popped out early and rode away. And it felt like the coolest thing ever. And I never knew I could even like do it. It just happened. I was like, oh shoot, I want to hit his board. And I popped out early and it just felt really smooth. And I was like, maybe I can do that again. And so I powered his board and I left it at the end of the rail and I started frontside board sliding and popping out early. And it was really cool. Have you ever seen those rails at skate parks where there's a low part, there's an angled part, and then a high part? Well, I would ride and I'd pop on real fast and slide the low part heading towards the high part. And right before I hit the angle part, I would pop out early. And it just felt really, I liked doing it. And I would like to be able to do it again. Deck rails aren't helping. And I'm running out of steam. You know how you can be having a really good session and then, I don't know if it's because you get hurt or something's just not going your way and all of a sudden you're just in a bad mood and you're just not skating as good as you normally do, and then that makes your mood even worse. Yeah. So that's when I call it quits, because if I just keep skating, I'm just going to hurt myself. I don't know about deck rails. They make some things easier, but they don't make it more fun, if that makes sense. Like, board sides are easier, but they're not any more fun. Yeah, I think for me at least, they're just a waste of money and extra weight on the board. I'm going to be setting up a old school deck pretty soon. Maybe I'll put deck rails on it and give them one last try, because with that old school deck I'm not going to be doing those little rock to fakies on the rails. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to go home, do some yard work, watch some anime, pick up the kids.